Hey everybody, welcome to Top 10 Thursday on the Leek. I'm John as always, and it's been a while. I've talked about how these videos are the shortest I do and they take the most time. Making the list, writing the script, setting everything up. Editing, it's time consuming, and this spring has been even worse as it's been so warm in my filming area that the DSLR camera I use just keeps shutting off due to overheating. Not fun, but I'm taking one last shot at this with the equipment up here upstairs in the really hot area, and hopefully it works out. I've bought some new equipment. I'm going to be moving to the basement to record these videos, so hopefully I can start doing them more regularly. This week we're doing the top 10 art of Dominaria. Dominaria's art is amazing, easily going down as one of my favorite sets art-wise ever. Even the art that doesn't really appeal to me is still great, and making this list was not easy. This is my top 10 favorite art, but really any card could have made it onto this list. Up first at number 10 is The Mending of Dominaria by Adam Poulet. The sagas in this set especially have great art, and this is just the first one you'll see on this list. The story of the Mending of Dominaria carved into, or maybe grown into, a tree is really cool. Seeing these various characters sculpted into a tree that's literally telling its history is a great idea and really well visualized. My city actually has a fairly large number of these types of tree carvings. I think they might all be done by the same guy, and I'd love to see if somebody could actually recreate this one in real life. Number 9 is Blink of an Eye by Igor Kieluk. It's not pretty unsettling maybe. Seeing this number of eyeballs isn't really something I want to see often, but it looks really cool here. Also note the creature type that's being targeted. That's right, it's Target Minotaur from Unstable and virtually every other do X to target creature spell ever. At number 8 is a pair of cards, Knight of Grace and Knight of Malice, both done by Siddharth Chaturvedi. If you didn't notice, these two cards are actually a single piece, with the White Knight facing off against the Black Knight. I'm a complete sucker for panoramic cards. It's the reason that I'll likely never sell my Judge Foil basic lands, even though they're worth ludicrous amounts of money for basic lands, and it's why I love this piece. The mirror images of the two knights, the work on the sky, and the lighting, absolutely lovely. Number 7 is Lyra Dawnbringer by Chris Ron. Chris Ron always has amazing art, and Lyra's no different. The lighting on the dawn is great, and the stained glass armor and spear is really beautiful. My favorite art ever is Gift of Orzhova. I'm a real sucker for really well visualized stained glass, especially if it's used in creative ways, like his wings or his armor. It's great to see the original Angels of Back, and Lyra's a fantastic new figurehead for them. Up next at number 6 is The Eldest Reborn by Jen Ravenna, another saga. This time we ditched the sculpted tree trunk and traded in for a stylistic sketch, something we don't ever really see in magic art. For better or for worse, that's up to the YouTube comments to argue over. If you want my extremely quick, extremely unnuanced opinion, I like cohesive art styles for the most part. Don't yell at me. Depicting Bolas's return after being defeated by Tetsuo Umezawa, this ink sketch shows a very terrifying looking Bolas, the abstract background, and even Bolas's meditation plane at the bottom. It's just gorgeous. I'd like a print of this, and I believe the artist in fact does actually sell them. Number 5 is Karn's Temporal Sundering by Noah Bradley. This is just amazing. I may not be the biggest fan of the card in Limited, but this art, oh boy, seeing several timelines worth of a single spot in Dominaria is really cool, and the colors just make it pop even more. Now be warned, at full size, Karn does look kind of like a Muppet here, and that's my one complaint, and it doesn't come through at the card size, and I only really noticed it due to Magic Arena's loading screens frequently zooming in on his Muppet face. Regardless, this piece is great, and it's one that I'll never forget. Into the top 4, at number 4, is another saga, and still not the last saga, Time of Ice by Franz Vohwinkel. Like my favorite saga art in the set, this one uses a completely different art style, this one invoking a sort of medieval, Middle Ages, painting, almost biblical in look, or at least scripture in look. Seeing a ton of Ice Age references, including Darien, Losivia Cold Eyes, Jaya, Joda, and more interpreted in this way is really cool. Let's go with pun intended there, I guess. The various accents and flourishes around the border really hit home that this is meant to be a page of a history book or some ancient scroll. Love it. Number 3 is The First Eruption by Stephen Belladin. Continuing on the saga train, again we have a completely different art style from really any magic card that I've ever seen printed. This time we've gone full into woven tapestry territory. At card size you can see some sort of style is happening here. It almost looks a little bit like pixel art, but at full size you can really see just how well Belladin emulated the look of a woven tapestry. I'm really hoping that someone somewhere is working on making this into an actual hangable tapestry. I'm not looking forward to the price point that would be at, though. Number 2 is more stained glass, and our final saga, The History of Benalia by Noah Bradley. Again, seeing an entire card of interpretive stained art is completely out of style for Magic, and I'm really glad that they did take the chance with these sagas to do interesting, different art, because they turned out amazing. The emulated light, which Bradley is amazing at, just take a look at Endless Sands from Hour of Devastation. The colors, the little details, especially on the city at the bottom, just amazing. As a special mention, the token that goes along with this piece by Tyler Walpole is equally great. It has a real sort of storybook aspect to it, something that makes me wish I was around for Lorwyn, because I really love that aesthetic. Finally, at number 1, and I dropped a hint about this earlier, is On Serra's Wings by Johannes Voss. Gift of Orzhova is my favorite piece of Magic art. It's also got stained glass angel wings. It's also by Johannes Voss. There was literally no chance this wasn't topping my list. The stained glass being used again in a creative way. The lighting, seriously, the lighting in the art in this set, especially in the white cards, is amazing. The skewed perspective showing flight, I love it. It will not dethrone Gift of Orzhova as my favorite art. That sort of above the city perspective is just amazing, but this will sit in my top some number of all time list for sure. Anyways, that's my top 10 art of Dominaria list. Let me know what your favorite art is. Did I miss your favorite art? Is my number 9 actually your number 1? Let me know in the comments down below. As I said, the art in this set was amazing. Any card could have made this list, and I'm honestly a little bit sad that I did not get any of Magali Villeneuve's art into this list. There were like 5 of them just like number 11 that I really wanted to include. I could almost do another list, in fact. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. As always, if you like the content, click that thumbs up button. Click subscribe if you want to see more. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at @TheManaLeek. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. You can find me at twitch.tv/TheManaLeek, facebook.com/TheManaLeek, and patreon.com/TheManaLeek. Hopefully, these are going to be more regular. If you can't tell, I am sweating bullets recording up here, so it's going to be great to move down to the basement. So hopefully that all works out. But let me know what you think of the content, as always. And if you do have those questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see you all next time.